What's up, y'all? It's Omar. In this video, we're going to be reading out of Proverbs chapter 19, verse 3, where it says, "People ruin their lives by their own foolishness and then are angry at God." And I really love this verse, and I almost had to make this video because it's as if, and it's very common to see this now. You'll see somebody have a bad experience in their life, and then, "God, how could you let this happen?" When in reality, it wasn't God. It was them leaning on their own understanding, them being foolish, them not seeking, the kingdom of God. And sometimes it's always the littlest of things. There's an old saying, the devil's in the details. Well, that's what Satan wants to do. He wants you to look at little things, like little things that wouldn't be exactly sin, but he wants you to chip away at something that, like, let's say you have like a log or something like that, and Satan wants to chip away. The first little thing is not sin, but the whole log is the sin, figuratively speaking. But you start chipping away, and the more Satan can get you to chip it off, like, the faster and more, the faster the log's gonna get, it's gonna become sin. Essentially, like, you chipping it off, you're eventually gonna run out of log, and it's gonna become sin, because you've, figuratively speaking, the whole log was the sin, but you doing little things wasn't sin, but it ultimately led to sin. So in other words, my message is, do what the opposite of this verse says. Don't ruin your life by your own foolishness. Do like Proverbs, I think 3 says. It says, do not lean on your own understanding, but trust the Lord with all your heart. I think I got that verse backwards, but y'all get the point. And it says, don't ruin your life by your own foolishness, and then get angry at God. Just seek God more, and I can't say He'll, depending on the circumstance. I mean, I'm not gonna say God can't fix it. Of course He can fix it. That's gonna wrap up this video. I'm starting to rant a little bit. Anyways, love y'all.